Hello, 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 hello. It is Gloria from Gigi the Crochet Queen. So welcome, welcome, welcome everybody. Come in, join me. I will add the invite just in case someone wants to come on board and be seen. Tell me where you are and what you're working on. And if I don't know your name, add your name. Hi, Karen. Thank you for joining me. How are you today? Are you working on anything? And where are you from? Should say, where do you live? I am working on a cardigan. If you haven't seen it, this is the cardigan. I've done one panel. It's one panel, and I'm working on the second one now. So are you working on anything, Karen? Oh, this is big now. I want to get this cardigan finished and then move on to my next thing. The sunny state of Maryland. Maryland is having sun. What part of Maryland are you in? I used to live in Maryland. I lived in Hyattsville, Maryland. I lived in Laurel, Maryland. Oh, I can't even remember the other place that I lived in Maryland. It was 3 different cities. Oh, wow. That tells you how long that's been. That was in the 80s. Ooh, I can't remember. Oh, you're in Baltimore. Ooh, why can't I remember the name of that city? That's gonna bug me because I can see it in my head, but I just can't pronounce it. Oh my goodness. It's a city outside of Washington, D.C., and it's past Silver Springs, Maryland. Oh my goodness, why can't I remember the name of that? Ooh, see, these are the things that you should write down. Keep a diary of where you have lived. I can see it in my head. Oh my goodness, that's crazy. Are you working on a duster from Bag a Day? Yeah. Well, this cardigan is one of her patterns. I'm just gonna, change some things to make it my own. Like, of course, it's much longer than her pattern. Plus, I'm not using the 5-weight yarn. I did make one using that 5-weight yarn, and I just did not like that scarfy yarn. It just got all fuzzy. So, and I made one for a friend using 4-weight yarn, and I like how it turned out. So that is what I am using, some 4-weight yarn. What is it? The Red Heart Super Saver ombre in the color Polo. So that's what I am using. Adelphi. That's the city, Adelphi, Maryland. So I've lived in Adelphi, Laurel, and Hyattsville. Those were the 3 cities that I lived in Maryland. I have a friend that lives in Glen Burnie, which is close to Baltimore. I'm glad it's sunny there. It's sunny here too. It's in the 70s, which is good weather. So I'm going to take a road trip up to West Palm Beach to go to this store called Ollie's because I was talking to Lori on my live stream last week, and she was talking about some great deals she found at Ollie's. And I was saying I didn't think there was one in Florida, but when I did a search, I found one in West Palm Beach. So I will be taking a road trip when I get off this live and check it out. I'm hoping that they don't have any great deals because I have enough yarn. But it would be nice to see what they have just in case. But she said it's like a what do you call it? Big, like a big lot store. So I'm sure whatever I see will probably disappear and not be there again if I go back. But I'm gonna take that road trip. It's probably about a 45-minute drive from me, which is, if you know, if you talk to any of my friends, they will tell you I do not like to drive. So this would be my outing. Oh, there's one in Townsend? Oh, okay. Do you go there? I would when I lived in well, I was in Washington. I was stationed at Walter Reed in Washington D.C. But of course, nobody um, really lived in. I don't think any of my friends. I think we all lived in Maryland. But I enjoyed my stay there. There's always something to do in DC, always something to do in Virginia or Maryland. So for a young woman, it was a fun place to be. Never a dull moment. I took my daughter, I think I took her there twice. I took her when she was in elementary school because she was learning about money and she was, oh, mommy, President Lincoln is on the penny. So that was a surprise trip for her. I took her so she could see the Lincoln Monument. And she was, of course, in awe because, you look at a penny and it looks just like this little thing. And then when you see this humongous statue, and then I took her again so that we could take a tour of DC and see. At the time, the museum was still there. So we got to go into the museum. We got to take a tour of the Capitol. Unfortunately, that will not happen anytime soon ever again. And we just enjoyed DC. Oh, you seldom go? You go to Michael's mostly? I go to Joanne mostly um, because their app is better. Is much better for me to use. I don't know what is up with Michael's app, but it just I don't think it's a good app. So I usually get alerts from Joann's on all their great deals and their coupons. But I signed up. I have the app from Michael's, but I never get any alerts or anything from them. I go in there every now and again because I'll just open up the app and see if they have a better deal than Joann's, even though they do match each other's coupons. At least they used to. I don't know if they still do. But there was a Michael's right here in my neighborhood, and it closed, which threw me right off because I wanted to get some Mod Podge, and I went over there, and I was like, "It's closed. When did that happen?" Because we have an elementary school nearby, and I know the parents would go when they had all these projects and stuff and pick up stuff. There used to be another craft store near me too, and it closed. And that was like my favorite craft store to go to, but I cannot for the life of me remember the name of it. And Joanne, when it used to be Joanne Fabrics, was near me, and then that closed. And then they opened up that Michael's, And then they opened up a Hobby Lobby, and I reluctantly went over there to get the hot Mod Podge because I needed it at the time and I didn't feel like driving all the way over to Joann's to get it. So I reluctantly went into what's that place? Hobby Lobby, but that is not the place I shop, and I can walk to Hobby Lobbies. But nope, I prefer not to shop there. My own personal reasons. But I hear a lot of people when they talk about, oh, I got a great deal of Hobby Lobbies. Yeah, you better get a great deal because their prices are ridiculous. So Joann is the place that I usually go to, pick up all of my stuff. And I go overboard most of the time, so I try to stay away from it. So we're gonna see what this Ollie place is like today. Nothing. I will have taken a drive, and I don't. I'm sure I'm going to run into a whole bunch of traffic and probably construction. I haven't even been in that direction in such a long time. But we will see. I'm a little excited to see what it's all about. Ah, so I'm going to do this cardigan. It's going to be pretty long. I happen to catch a little bit of Cherie. I probably see her name wrong all the time, but she's on. She's with Lion Brand, and she does a little half an hour show at noon on Facebook. And she had this a man on there. His name is Kevin Williams. I've never heard of him before, but this is, what is it called? Vesuvio's Crafts, and he had this beautiful bag that he crocheted. He has a pattern for it and the kit and all this stuff. But he's like the third, let me see. Mikey was the first man that I saw that's a crocheter, and he's with Lion Brand. Nope. He's with Yarnspirations. Didn't Yarnspirations buy someone? But anyway, he was the first one. And then Gregory Stitch was the second man that I saw that's, a big time crocheter. And now I came across who is Vincent Williams. For some reason, I wanted to call him Kevin, but his name is Vincent Williams. So if you can look him up on and see his work, but he has classes. He says he does tutorials, and if you buy the pattern, then you get the tutorial with it. So he has a lot of things going on. But when I saw that bag as an intermediate level bag, I was like, it's got way too much going on for me right now to tackle that. But it's a beautiful bag. It would be a great bag all year round because it had multiple colors. It's called a charcoal something. I can't remember what it's called. I just glimpsed it before I started my live to see what its webpage looked like. So if you want to crochet a intermediate level bag, and it reminds me of Aztec design, somewhere in that area, but it's really pretty. I haven't made a bag in a very long time. I've been concentrating mostly on doing halter tops and cardigans, hats and scarves. Are you doing the Hat Not Hate campaign this year? Hey Dana, Creatively Created Crochet Triple C. How are you today? Thank you for joining me. I was on when you all did your 10K celebration last night, but I didn't play the games. I listened to some of it, but I was, in the middle of trying to work and get caught up because I was having today off. But it sounds like you all were having a lot of fun trying to redirect people to answer their questions on the site. But sounds like you all had a good old time. And you kept saying Gigi, and then it dawned on me you were talking about something. I was like, why is she calling me? Because I have, I knew I wasn't saying anything. I was just watching, and then it dawned on me you're talking about someone else. So I was like, my goodness, there's too many Gigis. But again, congratulations on your 10K, girl. You did the thing. Let me see, have I tried Knit Picks? Knit Picks Bravo yarn? No, I don't think I've even heard of Knit Picks Bravo yarn. I have to look that one up. Sounds, is it acrylic yarn? What kind of yarn is it? Are you working on anything today, Dana? Have you finished your pattern yet? You don't have time. You do so many lives. Ah, I definitely want to do that collaboration with you though, because I only get a handful of people that come to my lives on Saturday, and my faithful ones would definitely. You are a wealth of knowledge, for those that are trying or thinking of doing YouTube. You would be a wealth of knowledge for them. So I am definitely going to get with you on that, Miss Dana. Oh, it's like Lion Brand yarn. Okay. Let me write that down. Knit Picks Bravo yarn. That'll be something I'll be looking at. Are the prices comparable to Lion Brand, or is it less expensive? I remember way back in the good old days, yarn was nothing to buy. Now it's a true investment with so many people. And these young crocheters go to town with it. Oh, Dana, I am on my second panel of my cardigan. Let me show you. Let me show you. I'm so, so happy. Of course, I was up way too late because I had to finish up all of my work. And I was determined to finish that first panel. Oh, if I can get it untwisted. So I did the front panel. And I'm working on the second one now. So I should have this done real fast, quick, and in a hurry. At least that's my goal. Hey, Consuelo, how are you today? Thank you for joining me. Oh, the yarn is similar, but it's heavier? Okay. Are you working on anything, Consuelo? Oh, you made it. That's pretty. Thank you. Yeah, this is going to be my cardigan for the year. Next year I'll do something else for myself. I bought some Alizé cotton yarn to do a halter top, but my goodness, it is so soft. So I am rethinking. I said, this is not going to work. It needs to be a little bit thicker for the bra cup part. So, and I did not want to make two of them and sew them together. I've done that before and I never liked the way it looked. So I think I'm going to do an off the shoulder top with it. I think that's what I'm going to do. Oh, you're making face masks and a couple of beanies. Okay. I haven't done a face mask since I did my last face mask that I put 2021 on. So that was the last one. I think I'm going to do another one in purple and put some sequins on it. So I can wear it at night and it'll be all flashy. I bought sequins a long time ago because I saw a lady had done halter top and she added sequins to it. And I was like, oh, that is so cool. So I bought the sequins and I hate to sew. That's why I love doing things that you can just continuously do because I don't like sewing that much at all. I don't like sewing at all. I know it's a necessary evil, but it's the one thing that I prefer to stay away from. So I got the sequins. I have them. I've had them for years. Never did anything with them. But I said that might be something cute to do. Add some sequins to a mask. So it'll be what's the word I'm looking for? Oh, whatever. I can't even think what I'm looking for. The term I'm looking for. Upscale. Let me see. Oh, you're doing a gingham blanket? Oh, I saw Daisy Farm. She's the big gingham lady. And I saw her latest gingham, and she's doing it in the herringbone stitch. And I looked at that, I was like, no, I just don't want to do, because I know I would get lost with, continuously doing this huge blanket. And so weird, I was going to do a gingham for my mom, but I'm so stuck on trying to finish this love blanket for her. So I decided I would take her stitch. I'll do a herringbone stitch, but I'll do a herringbone stitch headband. So that's what I'm working on because I figured I could finish a herringbone gingham headband much faster than I could do a gingham blanket. So I would be working on that until the end of time. So I didn't want to do, I mean, this cardigan is the biggest thing that I've done in a long time. Because I haven't made a cardigan since last year, I think it may have been before that. Because I made a purple one using that god awful scarfy yarn. Scarfy yarn looks really pretty packaged, but once you start wearing whatever you make with it, then it gets all fuzzy. That's what I didn't like about it. But I made it. I wear it. And I'm doing, I started another cardigan using the, what's that yarn called? The Premier yarn, the Premier, I can't think of it. I'm looking at it, but I can't see the tag. But I started that in that pretty green color. Don't know how I got distracted, but before you know it, I'm almost finished with this one, and I started the one in the green last month or the month before, and I don't even have enough panels. I don't even have a full panel. I think I have a quarter of the back panel done, and this one is almost finished. So that's why I like working with different colors, because I don't get bored looking at the same color all the time. And that's what happens. That's why I like to do hats and scarves, because they're quick and I don't have to continuously look at the same color over and over and over again. But the Premier yarn is, the colors do change, but they don't change as quick as this one does. You love the Prince t-shirt? Thank you. Oh, you making a chunky Afghan with your anniversary cake? Okay. Hi, Vivian. How are you today? Are you working on anything? Yeah, I bought this when I went to Paisley Park. This was one of the things I bought. And I bought a book all about Prince and Paisley Park. And the book came in this round purple box. It was like a big hat box. And they put the book inside of that. And I gave the purple box to my niece because she loves purple too. So I gave that to her. And I just kept the book. And who knows, that purple box has probably been beat up and thrown into the trash. That was like two or 3 years ago. That it's so. I just can't keep track of all these dates. That's why I write down so much stuff. So this T-shirt, I got that there, and I bought my the symbol that he used to when he was the artist. So I bought that. I really want to get it replicated into some real gold with one little diamond like at the bottom of the guitar. That is my dream. But I just love that thing. I wear it every now and again. Love my Prince. You see. Oh, I have to see that big cake. What I must not have seen that video. What cake is it, Dana? I did a little driving around. I have such a headache. I was so annoyed with these drivers, and I didn't realize there was so much construction going on. I had a pedicure appointment scheduled this morning, and I got out, and it's not that far from me, but I didn't realize that they had all this construction going on, and the road was down to one lane. So I just called them and rescheduled it. I just could not be that frustrated trying to get somewhere. So I'll get up tomorrow morning and go and do the little pedicure. I don't like going into these places. I just want to get in and out. That's why I don't like the manicures anyway, because I hate the way people handle my fingers. I hate the way they just, it's like, I don't know what they use. But I ended up getting my middle finger on my right hand. That nail was lifted up. I used to get those dips, acrylic dip, and that was when I soaked it off, because I kept wondering why my finger hurt so much when I'm typing. And then I realized when I took them off that the nail was lifting up. And that's been almost a year ago, and it's still not completely healed, completely like grown back where it's not lifted up. And the little finger was like that. This little finger has grown back out. And the index finger. So, and I know nails grow really slow, really slow. Oh, really? Your Michaels is out. I go to the Joann's. I went over to the last time I went to Michaels. They had such a good sale on yarn. I bought so much of it. It's crazy. And Joann's and Michaels get you because sometimes they'll put that yarn that's on sale right as you enter the door, so your eyes get bugged out and like, oh my goodness, look at this yarn. And they always pick the prettiest colors that grab your eye. You can't even get to the back because you're stuck there in the front. That's what happened with me when I bought the Ferris wheel. I went over to Joann's for some reason, and as soon as I walked in, I saw the Ferris wheel, and it's so weird because the colors of the Ferris wheel is what I was looking for with the Premier yarn, but I couldn't find the Premier yarn because it was on Premier's site, and all the places that I looked for it, it was like $8 or $9, and I was like, I just don't want to pay $8 or $9 for one skein of yarn. And one day I went into Walmart and I hit one of those what do they call them? The ones the corner ones. I forgot what they call that are on the shelf. They're, your shelves are here, but then you have those ones that are on the back of the shelves, whatever they call it. Can't think of it right now. And I saw the Premier yarn. It was $5.97 a skein. So, I lost my mind. I bought I think I bought 6 skeins of every color that they had. Yes, I lost my mind. So I tried not to. That's why I'm going to Ollie's today. I'm going to go in there and say, see no evil, see no evil, see no evil. I don't want to get caught up in that. Oh, you have 3 Michaels. See, I have the Hobby Lobby that I don't go to. And then there's about, I don't know, 5 or 10 miles. I don't even know how far it is. The Joann's. And then I have to drive all the way down to the east side to a Michael's because the Michael's by me closed. And then you drive south from there to get to the other Joann's. But of course, Walmart is on almost every one of those corners. So that's where I do my shopping. But most of it is at Joann's because I get the text messages almost every other day of their sales. So that's where I usually go. And then if I want a real specialty yarn, I just go online and try to find it at the best price I can find. And it's so funny, this yarn that I have that I'm using for this cardigan, I was looking for it and I kept saying, I think I've seen that yarn at Walmart. But when I do a search and I click on it, it says that they don't have it in stock. And I was like, that's baloney. I know they have to have this yarn. So then QVC popped up. I was like, QVC? QVC has yarn? So I ordered 6 skeins from QVC, and then I went over to Walmart, and sure enough, Walmart had it, and they had it in the jumbo size. So I picked up 2 of them from Walmart so I can at least get started on making my cardigan while I waited for the yarn to come from QVC. So that is what I have been doing. Oh, you did hauls from Dollar Tree? At Dollar Tree, those little, they're tiny little, see, I have one of them. Yeah, they're tiny little ones. These Just yarn. I think, is this the last one? Looks like this is the last one I have. But I picked up like, I think 4 of them, 2 of this color and 2 purples. But I don't know where they are. This is the only one I see, so I must have used the other ones. But those were the only colors that the one, let me see. No, I don't even think it was the Dollar Tree by me. I think it was a different Dollar Tree um, that had that yarn. But I know I see on, what's her name? Jeanette of DOI Creations. She she does really good at her Dollar Tree. I guess it depends on the regions that you're in, what they have, but she's always in getting great buys at her Dollar Tree. Our Dollar Tree has mostly food and decorative stuff, and office supplies and stuff like that. But craft wise, they have some crafting stuff, but not a lot of yarn. At least not a lot to pick from. I think that. All right, so I am going to go so I can go on my field trip to Ollie's. I might film it because I don't think I can do a live from my phone, but I'll film what I see and upload it. So I thank you all for coming to join me. I hope you all did a thumbs up when you came in. And if you're not busy tomorrow night, I will be on at 7 o'clock. And again, that's my beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I love it. So you all stay safe, keep crocheting, and until the next time, I'll see you then. Bye-bye, everybody.